Hello, hello, hello. It's almost 2 p.m. my time. And for today we have scheduled yet another review of Gradle build scripts for JetBrains IDEs, plugins for JetBrains IDEs. Last time, a week ago, we did a review of 4 plugins. The fourth one was from Chris. It was a bit more complicated, but we managed to do everything as planned. I eventually sent pull request to Chris as promised. I hope it will work for him. I really hope, because those are really good practices. Yeah. Today I would like to discuss new changes that the IntelliJ Platform Gradle Plugin 2.14.0 will introduce, because together with Yuri Artamonov and Robert Novotny, we focused on making the build script slimmer, also to handle way nicer how multi-module structure is described in Gradle scripts, Gradle build script. So we did a couple of flip-flops, we shared some ideas, and yeah, the 2.14.0 is almost there. Some tests are not passing, but that's not because of all the changes. It is just some shit show related to CI and limited random access file. So concurrency tests run in parallel. So that's basically it. Flaky tests, nothing that actually affects the functionality. So 2.14.0 is almost there. It's on repo in the main branch. I have released that as a snapshot earlier today, or yesterday evening, or yesterday night. Yeah, time flies. And this is a version I will use for today's stream. So all the changes that were introduced to make the build shorter, slimmer, more handy, those changes will be applied to the projects I'll take care of today. What's that exactly? I have actually described that in the forum yesterday to share with you some ideas. And ask you for your opinion. So yeah, instead of a pretty bloated stuff, pretty bloated setup, we end up with actually just a couple of files. I'm not sure if any of plugins that we're going to take care of today is multi-module. If so, we'll go for this new approach. If not, there are still plenty of improvements done to the IntelliJ Platform Gradle plugin. So yeah, I think this is a good possibility to go for such changes review to check if this new release, upcoming release, works in different projects. So yeah, as usual, I will go for the remote development, remote virtual machine to run all the projects, third-party projects outside of my environment to keep everything safe. I need to start it. It will take a minute or two. But in the meantime, I will search for the list of plugins. Yep, it's here. Okay, how can I merge those two windows? Can I do that? No. Okay. So yeah, 4 plugins are already handled. 3 of them received pull requests. Everything that happens here, I in addition document in the related thread in our forum, so you can track that on the platform JetBrains.com forum in the announcement category. I have this dedicated topic. I will review your Gradle build script for you. Okay. And here we have a 5th plugin to review, which is Tab Mover. Okay. Who is the developer? Miklos Jakob, Dmitry Murzin, and Alexei Bober. Alright, a couple of stars. What about stats, downloads? Okay, there is some interest from the community. And there is some interest from maintainers because they care about how this plugin is actually created. Okay. Settings Gradle created 7 years ago. Build Gradle updated 3 years ago. Okay. It's quite some time. Let me connect to the VM. Okay, this and password. I hope it's Windows this time. Yeah, it is. Okay, we are still using 2025.3. I'm not going to complain. The IT folks will provide us with the newer version, I believe, pretty soon. That's okay. Okay. What do we have here? First, okay, let me just quickly check. Yeah. That's going to be fun. Let's start with a fork, because surely we will have have something to push. Let me just, what was the name? Gradle revamp. Okay. Okay, copy master, create fork. Okay. Okay, I see someone already sent something. Okay. Hello, JHS Peterson. Nice to meet you. In case you have any questions, or maybe you are an author of any of those scripts and you are here with us, we can prioritize something over the other plugins. So yeah, we can discuss something live, and if not, that's also fine. And as said, if you have any questions, you can see. Oh my god, thank you very much for highlighting that. I picked a wrong scene in OBS. Thank you. Basically, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. There is a list of available plugins. I mean, repositories that were submitted for the review. We are going to work on the very first one, tab mover. I already did a fork of this repository, and I'm going to clone it within Windows virtual machine. I'm not used to use Windows, and probably all the shortcuts will hit me hard. Yeah, and here we can trust the project. So I'm here to get some comments on the Kotlin versions supported. Okay. Do you have any particular question in your mind? Okay, let's zoom in the IDE. And yeah. As said, feel free to ask anything you want. I'll try to answer. And in the meantime, we have already the project cloned to my remote environment. The IntelliJ IDE community release in version 2022.1.1 is already with us. Okay, sources right away, but we're not going to dive into the code. Probably, we'll see. But looking at how old this, okay, it is pretty old. It's still used. Okay, this is going to be a pretty fun time today. because we are upgrading plugin from 1.x to 2.14.0, or at least its close snapshot. Okay, while it's still thinking, Kotlin 2.2.20 is the latest that works for me. Okay. Alright, yeah. But for plugin development, we have a table highlighting which Kotlin version you should use. And let me quickly find it for you. So in the IntelliJ Platform documentation, we have a couple of tables. This table reflects -3